Today's practice is a Yin-Yang practice. And it's helpful to look at the Yin-Yang symbol in relation to what we're doing here, because this symbol, although you're probably very familiar with it, is Taoist. It's from Chinese medicine. Seeing it again, and I've been looking at it in terms of my practice, it really helps to have a visual image of a sense of what we're doing when we try and balance in our practice these strong opposite energies of strong and soft, of hot and cold, and essentially of masculine, feminine energies. So I'll just talk to you a little bit about it, and then we'll get into the practice, and you can use some of these Taoist principles in your yoga and see how it works for you. It's been really helpful for me anyway recently. So this yin-yang symbol, the yin is the black swirl and the yang is the white swirl. And what's interesting about this is the dot in either swirl. So the way you have yang in your yin and you have yin in your yang. So what yin and yang are is two opposite energies that balance each other, that we all have both of, but we can end up being in balance in that we might have more than one than the other. So yin energy, the black swirl, is the energy that is considered feminine energy. This isn't gendered, it's just a feminine type of energy that is cold, and it comes from the ground, and it's to do with lunar energy, and it's the energy of slowing down, it's the energy of stopping, of going to sleep. So this energy is in us, and it can be a lot stronger at times than others. But in our culture, we tend to have, a lot of us have less yin in us, and we are all a bit more yang. And yang energy, the white swirl with the black dot in it, yang is more, it's considered masculine energy, which is the more strong, fiery. Masculine energy goes into the world. It's the energy of doing, of making things happen. And it's sun, and it's heating. So in our yoga practice, we can tend to be a bit yang. We can kind of see that the benefits we're going to get are going to be from the doing it, from making it happen. And when we do yin-yang practices, often we do the yin, and then we do the yang. And they are sort of balanced in terms of more polarized, one and then the other. What I want to do today is blend them, so that what you end up having, which is why this symbol is so important, is that you can do a practice where you've got yang in your yin and you've got yin in your yang. So it's the dots in the swirls. And it's helpful to, when you're doing energetic work, to have an image, to have imagery and a symbol in your mind to help you to sort of direct your mind into what you're doing. So if you want to try and kind of keep this symbol in your mind as I talk you through the practice, and it might help you get more of a sense of where we're going with this. So I'll leave that there. So let's start lying down. And we're going to begin with yin style practices. So these are practices where you're on the ground. They're the more restorative practices. They're slower. And we'll do some slow, deep stretches here to begin with. So just coming onto your back, and let's start with a really simple twist. So bring the hips over to the left, bring the knees up and over to the right, and just let the left arm come out to the side, maybe up a bit to open out the armpit and the chest, and draw the knees up and in. So the knees want to be at hip height. You can make it stronger if you want, more of a stretch by crossing the top leg over the bottom leg. You can make it less of a stretch by letting that top knee fall away a little bit there. So just take a few moments here of settling in. Take a few deep breaths. So as we go into the yin, the black swirl, in that symbol, the practice is of resting, of dropping down, of slowing down, of cooling down. But the tendency here when we go into yin is our habit, and what we're familiar with in yin is to go to sleep. Is when we're really resting, is that's the final stage of yin, is just to go to sleep completely drift off until you're unconscious. And then also when we're in a resting state, we can be unconscious and awake in that we're distracted, we're not present, we're either distracted watching something else, we're on our phones, we're watching telly, and we're resting and yet we're not present, we're not there. So what we want to do here in these couple of positions, just take a few more breaths as I talk to you about this, is we want to create this very wakeful, present state in your restful state. And that's putting the yang in the yin. So a couple more breaths. Just feeling your breath in your belly. And then draw the knees back up to center. And we'll take that twist on the other side. So switch the hips to the right side of the mat. Bring the knees up and over to the left. Rest your left hand up on your knees and then reach the right arm out. And again, you can choose to stay here, make it stronger by taking the top leg over and tucking it under the bottom leg, or bring the top leg away a little bit just to ease space there. So find the shape that suits you, settle in. So how do we put yang in our yin restful state? It's by staying present. So we want an aspect of doing here. You're relaxing in your body, but your mind is present, that you're awake, aware, that you're not drifting off to think about other things and worry about all the list of jobs that you might feel that you should be doing. That you're here now, you've committed to the practice, and that you're noticing your breath. And you're breathing into your body and really being in your body. So that's the yang aspect, is a very wakeful mind, very present, very active mind in present, in mindfulness, in meditation. So your body gets more relaxed and your mind gets more present. Couple more breaths. Present in your mind, restful in your body. And then slowly bring your legs back up to center. So really simple shapes here. We're going to take Baddha Konasana with the legs up in the air. So feet in the air, reach down and grab your ankles and pull your legs in. You can stay there, or you can take a bind by lifting the head, reaching the hands further, interlace the fingers around the feet, hold the edge of the feet or interlace the fingers, and then settle the head, shoulders, and separate the knees a bit. So you feel this stretch in the legs. So can you relax into it? Can you relax into your body and try and just start to become slow and cooler and more still? So you're really watching the stillness. You're watching your body be still. So once you've got all those sort of settling in movements sorted, you're not sort of fidgeting anymore, you're still now. And we're going to spend at least a minute here being still, watching the stillness of your body, watching the sensations in your legs and in your back, watching your breath. So your mind is like the eyes of a hawk, absolutely present, unwavering attention in your body. And that's the yang aspect, that you're very present. You're not wavering in your mind. You're not sleepy, you're awake. You're breathing deeply and just feeling the stillness. So staying still, feeling the stillness. Feeling the sensations and not adjusting, not fixing, not doing anything, but just being present, being awake and aware. That's it. And then take the edges of the feet in the hands and come to happy baby. So separate your legs so the feet are up in the air. Relax the shoulders down. And again, once you've settled your body, you want to sink the tail down Set the neck onto the ground, the back of the head settling. Well, the neck is arched, but the back of the neck is long, the head is on the ground, shoulders down. And then once you've got into position, see if you can stop any movements, any adjustments, and just be still and just be very mindful, very awake and aware. And the eyes in your body, you're looking at the sensation, you're looking at the stillness, and you're not taking your gaze off your body, it's staying present. You're in your breath. There's nowhere else to go now. That's the yang, being very disciplined, very clear in your mind, very present. Deep breaths. Notice when your mind wavers, what happened, what took you away. Come back, feel the breath again. One more breath. And then let the feet release down. And then straighten the legs, reach the arms overhead, have a stretch. And then draw the right knee in and just hold your right knee into your chest, lying down, little lunge position, so squeezing the right knee in. And once you've settled again, just relax the shoulders, feel the pressure in the hip, feel a stretch in the leg, and don't do anything but just feeling this, noticing your breath, feeling the stillness. Not pulsing, not doing anything physically, but just observing the stillness, watching your body like a hawk, really present, really mindful. Each breath, you're absolutely with it. Hold the back of the knee, hold the back of the thigh, and just open out the back of the leg there. And once you've stretched it a bit, extend the leg and just again lie still. Be present to the sensations, be present to what's there, not fidgeting or adjusting, not fixing, just feeling. And this is how to practice meditation, is to relax into sensations, relax your body and stay absolutely present. You're not asleep and you haven't left the practice. You're in your body. You're aware. And then bend the knee. Slide that leg down along the ground. Reach the arms up. And then draw the left leg in, hugging in. Interlace fingers the non-habitual way. And again, just a minute here of drawing the leg in. So if we were just doing a yin practice, if it was only yin, if there was no yang in this, we would be asleep. So you would be completely yin, you wouldn't be conscious, you'd gone to sleep. And that's no harm. And of course we need to sleep a lot. But it's to know the difference, that meditation isn't sleep. That meditation and a balanced yoga practice is having a very clear, awake mind, very present in your mind and very relaxed and open in your body. And that's what you're learning. Stay present, feel the pressure, feel the sensations, and really observe the stillness. Observe the stillness in your mind. And then hold the back of the knee or the thigh and open out the back of the leg a bit so you feel a bit more in the hamstrings. Settle yourself, make those little adjustments, and then stop moving and be still and feel what's there. Just feeling without changing, just being present to this moment. Try and relax a bit physically, but stay very awake, very clear, very present in your mind. And then take that leg down along the ground and reach out. Stretching. Just take a moment lying in Shavasana or with the arms up around the head and go into Yin. So really drop now. And what we can do in this practice as we start to come into a more yang practice is that we can draw the yin up from the ground. So this is where yin energy comes from, is in the earth. So as you lie here on the ground, you're drawing lots of cold, still, quiet, feminine, steady energy up from the ground into your body. With each inhale, you're drawing the energy up. And with each exhale, you're relaxing into it. But you're very present. You're not wavering. You're in that feeling of drawing the energy up and relaxing. 2 more breaths like that. Inhale, draw that yin supportive energy into your body. Let it go. Okay, and then let's come up. And come over to sitting, kneeling or cross-legged. Just take a moment there. So we're going to start to bring these practices into yang practices. So we're moving practices. And we're going to add the, yin into the yang. So how can we find our yin in our yang? And remember, it's coming from the ground, that you can draw it up from the ground into your body. Okay, so come to standing. To the top of your mat, because we're going to take a sun salute. Or you can come anywhere on the mat actually at first, but just standing up. Let's just do this half sun salute. So on your inhale, you're going to raise your arms up. And moving practices are yang practices, so there's a doing in them. There's doing in your actions. And exhaling, so you're creating movement, you are starting to heat the body. And exhale. Half Uttanasana, so draw your chest forward on the inhale. And then hug the legs on the exhale. Inhaling, coming up. So we're going to repeat that a few times. So a simple half sun salute. So reaching on the inhale, and then bring your hands back to your heart on the exhale. So how we can add yin to this is to move slowly, but also to feel those moments of stillness. So yin by nature is stillness, yang is movement. So if you feel at the end of your exhale and the end of the movement, there's a slight pause of stillness, that's the yin. Then into the next breath, the next movement, into the yang, feel the yin, and then exhale. And that moment of stillness gives you more quality, a more meditative feeling in your practice, and actually makes it feel better, feel much more energetic. So keep going with those a few times, looking for the pause in the movement. And that's the dot, that's the black dot in the white swirl that's happening now. Half Uttanasana. Feel that moment of stillness. And then down, going at your pace. And you'll feel that it's in those moments of pause, in those moments of stillness, that you can actually really connect with yourself and connect with what you're doing. Like in speaking, in poetry, in theatre, it's the moments of stillness, it's those moments of pause that give meaning to what we're saying. And give it emphasis, give it quality. So again, another flowing down movement. Halfway. Come to the top of your mat if you're not there already. We'll take this into a sun salute. So keeping that yin quality, that quietness, that slowness, that stillness in your movement, folding down. Exhale. Half Uttanasana. Just step the right foot back into a lunge and exhale, lower the knee down. Take a breath, getting longer in the spine. Inhale. And step forward again to the top of the mat. Exhale. Half Uttanasana. Inhale. Hugging the legs. Exhale. Up to standing. Inhale. Back to the heart. And notice if you start to get a little bit quicker. Notice if you start to speed up. And if you lose the stillness. And this is what happens. Yang is very addictive. There's this kind of perpetual motion thing where we get faster and faster and faster. And we lose the yin. And step the left foot back. And that's when we get exhausted, because we need that stillness. We need that restful quality in everything. Inhale, get long in the spine. And step forward again. Feel the stillness at the end of that movement. Halfway up, inhale. Folding down, exhale. And up. And back. Same again. Keep moving, keep looking for the stillness. And folding down. Half Uttanasana. Same thing, right foot back, don't rush, take your time, lower the knee, this time raising the arms, point the back toes, inhale coming up, and exhaling down. Lift the back knee, strong in the leg, step forward slowly to the front of the mat, folding in at the end of the exhale, half Uttanasana, take your time. Notice the tendency to rush if it's happening, and really keep slowing yourself down. That's the practice. Here, inhale. Back to the heart, exhale. And remember, the way you move is the way you think. The way you think is the way you move. Slowing your movements will slow and settle your mind. Exhale. Half Uttanasana, inhale. Foot back, knee down, point back toes, raising arms, inhale, and back to the ground, exhale, lifting the back knee, strong in the back leg on the inhale, and step forward, using those moments of pause to reflect, to feel more, halfway lift, and folding down. And hands to the heart. Just pausing for a moment and really feel the stillness. Be very, very still for a moment. Be very present in the stillness. Just feel the movement of the breath. The only thing moving is your breath. Next inhale, raise the hands, the prayer hands above the head. Diving down, exhale, Uttanasana. Looking for the stillness. Half Uttanasana, inhale. Stepping back to downward facing dog. Exhale. Feel the stillness when you get there. Come to plank pose, inhale. And all the way to the ground, exhale. Taking Cobra, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. And pause in dog. So in positions you're more familiar in yoga, there tends to be more of a balance between yin and yang. So something like downward dog, notice how you can settle into stillness. And because your body's more familiar and more comfortable with this, there's a natural
attentiveness and relaxed quality of awareness. So you're not overworking, you're just feeling. And there is work in the body, so there's the yang, but there's the yin in it. Feel that dot of quiet awareness, of stillness, of presence here. And then come to plank, so step the feet back a little bit. Come to plank, which is much more yang, and so the tendency is to overwork. Strong legs, so yang in your legs. And feel your breath. And see if you can keep that quality of yin, and maybe it's just in your gaze. Your gaze is soft and your breath is steady. There's the yin. Come to the ground, so knees down, all the way down for Cobra, so elbows in, coming down. And then in Cobra, come up and down a few times, so you're feeling your Cobra, elbows in. Don't overwork it, because we're going to stay for a few breaths. So drawing elbows in. And Cobra is a very yang position. It's very core strengthening. And we don't tend to stay in it for very long. And this gives us a real quality of what we end up doing is we push, and then we have to collapse because it's like, oh, it's too much. And in your yoga practice, a couple more of these as I talk to you, in your yoga practice, if you ever finish a position and you come out of it and you kind of, when you come out of it, there wasn't enough yin in there. It was too yang, it was too much effort. So you want to come out of a position and it doesn't feel too different, your breathing hasn't changed. So try that in your Cobra. Elbows in, lift the belly. And close your eyes and see if you can honestly find your yin here. That quiet stillness, that meditation, that relaxed quality in your Cobra. And if you can't find your yin, come down a bit and look for it there. And then all the way down. And back into child's pose. So child's pose, by its nature, is much more yin. So this is why we end up going to child's pose quite a lot to rest, because it has a lot of yin in it. There's a lots of restorative in this. So keep a bit of yang now. So let the yin happen, but keep the elbows off the ground. And keep your mind very present, so you're not wavering in your mind, you're not drifting off. You're in your practice and your breath is very steady. So keep that yang quality here, that doing, that action in your mind of being present. And then inhaling, coming up. Downward facing dog again, feeling the balance, yin and yang here. Steady breath. Raise the right leg up, so step the left foot in and back in a little bit, and raise the right leg up. And lots of yang here, so really strong arms, strong leg lifting in the air. And where's the yin? Where's the stillness? Is it just in your eyes? Is it in your breath or in your body? Then step the right foot between the hands and come up to a high lunge. So naturally when we're in a balance, like here, there's quite a lot of yin in a balance, because you have to keep a steady gaze to stay balanced, and you really have to find the stillness in your balance, and there's the yin. So feel that kind of quality of drishti, of your steady gaze, is very yin. Find your breath. And then go into reverse warrior 2. So bring the back heel down, touch the back leg, leaning back. And in this strong position in the body, a strong stretch, feel the yin. Feel your breathing, feel that quality of presence. Then coming into Trikanasana, straighten the front leg, reach the right hand down onto the right shin. Look at the ground as you raise the left arm into the air, so you get to turn your chest without overworking. And then start to look to the wall, so turn to the side, so leave the head neutral, looking to the side. And then reach up through the top arm and take the top arm over your ear, so it starts to get a bit stronger. Find the yin. Find that dot of stillness in this strong position, And then take the bottom arm in line with the top arm and see if you can be honest. Is there yin here? And it might be a tiny dot, and it might still be there. If it's not, you come out of the pose. Bend the front knee, reach and reach and reach. Find the yin. Find your breath. Bring the arm onto the knee. Push the knee, find the yin. Turn the heart. And then put the left hand down on the ground. Lift the back heel and take a twist here, raising the right arm up. Deep breath. Bend the front knee, strong back leg. Squeeze the legs to the midline. And again, where's the yin? Where's that stillness? Where's that presence? Reach the arm over the ear. This arm reaching in over your ear is going to come to the ground for half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. So kick the back leg into the air and bring the right hand down to the ground. Bring the left arm up. And can you, guess what? Find your yin. It's in there. You just need to look for it. Deep breaths. Strong top arm, strong top leg. That's the yang. The yin is the quietness, the steadiness, the presence. Bring your arm over your ear. And step back. High lunge, inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. So it's interesting stuff. And it's all workable, all possible. It just takes a lot of awareness, which is brilliant in our practice. Come forward into plank. Find the yin. Go back to child's pose. And in child's pose, find the yang. The doing, the awakefulness. Attending to your body. Inhale, come up. Lower to the ground. Coming through Cobra. Find the yin. Releasing, coming up into dog. And again, the balance in this wonderful position. There's such a natural balance of yin and yang. Left leg in the air, reaching up. And again, get really active, really doing, strong in your body. But where's the dot in that swirl of white? There's a black dot of open, empty, spacious awareness. Step the left foot through. Prepare for a high lunge, so the back heel stays lifted. Raise the arms. Finding balance. And in your balance, there's the yin. Prepare for reverse warrior 2. Back hand on the back leg, leaning back. So often what I'm hearing from people, and I find in myself, it's in your drishti. If your gaze is very steady, that will give you this yin quality. If our eyes are jumping around the place, it feels very yang, very busy, looking for stillness. And then into Trikanasana, straighten the front leg, windmill the arms, reach forward, and then bring the hand onto the shin. Look at the ground so that first of all you turn your torso up, reach the top arm high, find your breath here. And this is challenging. So the dot of yin gets very small, but it's still there. That stillness, that presence as you reach your arm over the ear. Keep feeling the breath. Take the bottom arm in line with the top arm and look for the stillness. It's there, you have to look for it. Bend the bottom knee, bring the elbow onto the thigh. And what this teaches us is we can be very present when we're working really hard. We can still meditate, we can still feel ourselves. Reach, reach, reach. Take the bottom arm again for a moment. Reach, feel. And then from here, reach and get ready to take a twist. So you're going to lower your arm down, lift the back heel, and then turn to the left, reaching up. Look for the yin, look for the stillness. Squeeze the legs to the midline, bend the front knee, reach a little higher. This arm, the reaching up arm, is going to reach over your head and then dive to the ground, kicking that back leg into the air, and you're in half moon. And look for the yin. Strong back leg, there's lots of yang. Where's the yin? Bring your arm over your head. Step back through your high lunge. Inhale. And downward dog. Exhale. Take a few breaths. Find that natural ease and balance again. Take plank pose. The yin should be easier to find now. Come back to child's pose. Take a few breaths there. So let's just finish with a pigeon and a seated twist. So bring the right knee forward, find your pigeon. And this, when we start to come closer to the ground, there's more yin coming from the ground. So when we're up in our standing positions, they're naturally more yang because we're closer to the sun, we're up in the air. Whereas when we're down on the ground, we're closer to yin. So the tendency can be to just be like, oh, and collapse and just be all yin. The mind drifts off and we've lost that yang, which is really important quality of steady mind, of really being present. So try just bringing the palms together and be close to the ground. Draw the yin up, feel the stillness, but keep very present and very steady, and maybe a little lift, a bit of tone in the pelvic floor so you're not collapsing the hips. So there's a bit of yang here, balancing the yin. A few more breaths. Stay present, stay close, really stay close, and use this as meditation practice in your body, with your breath, with the stillness. And then sinking the right hip down. And we're going to come to a seated twist. So Ardha Chandrasana, swing the left leg around, half Lord of the Fishes. You can use a blanket under your hips if you want to, and bring the left leg over the right leg. And then hold your left knee with your right hand, so you're twisting towards the high leg there. And with this, where we are, again, we're close to the ground. Bring your back hand around behind you, or you can pull the left hip down a bit, try and get more grounded in the hips. That where we want the yang to be is up our spine. So the spine is very yang. The spine is standing, is strong, is tall. And then draw that bent knee in, feeling the hips, and feel how you can do a nice counter twist in the neck if you want to keep that energy. So see if you can really balance yin and yang completely now. So you have a close to the ground stillness, a real peacefulness in your body. And in your breath, there's a slow steadiness, but there's a real attention in your spine. You're not collapsing, you're strong still, your core muscles are working, and you're very still. And that's really beautiful practice. You can see how this can benefit our life so much off the mat. That can we add yin, the quiet, the meditation, the stillness into those moments where we feel like we're working really hard, those moments where we don't feel like we can stop. That you can find the stillness in the movement. And then coming out of there, we'll come back to downward dog and then come to those two positions on the other side. So swing the left leg around behind you. And this can benefit you if you're practicing meditation, if you're doing any meditation type practices. This yin-yang work can really help you there too. Stretching out, because let's come down onto your tummy before we do the other side, and I'll talk to you about this as you lie down, because in your meditation what you can do, if you just flop completely here, our meditation can be too yin, so we drift off, we either go to sleep, we just disappear, and you sink into the ground, you disappear into this very sleepy state, which is, that's not a negative thing in any way. It's not a problem, and we need that so much. We need that deep resting. But if you're wanting to learn meditation, what meditation is it's a balance of yin and yang. So your body is very relaxed, you're very yin, but you have this very clear present action in the mind, the action of attention, the action of awareness, the action of really looking into your body. So do that now. As you lie here, as you flop, feel that very yin act, letting go feeling, but stay very, very present, like fully awake, 100% clear, 100% in what you're doing right now. And then coming up. Well done. So you can go to dog, or you come straight to pigeon with the left leg and slide the knee forward. And then extend the right leg back. Come onto your forearms. So you're kind of halfway down, and you're really sinking into the ground, but you're keeping a little tone in the pelvic floor. There's a bit of yang there. You're keeping a little lift in the spine, so you're not collapsing into the hip completely. And also very steady in your mind. So draw the energy of yin up from the ground into your body. So on the inhale, you draw up the stillness. And on the exhale, you stay very present and open up into the room, into the space, into the aliveness. Inhale, draw the energy up from the ground. Exhale, spread your body open into the room. And then we're going to come to the final twisting position. So you come and sit down on the left hip, swing the right leg around beside you and in front, and bring it over the left leg. So sink down in that right hip so you get as balanced as you can in the pelvis. If you can't balance, then sit on a blanket, it'll help you there. Draw that right knee in and really sink down, 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 down. Bring the right hand back for support. And then feel the ground, but then grow that yang strength and support up the spine. So the spine is really strong and steady. Your head can counter twist to release the neck and the shoulders. And then feel the balance. So keep relaxing, but then keep that internal supportive place inside. Slowly coming back. Well done. So let's come to lying down, Shavasana, for just a few minutes, and then we'll do a final seated meditation for a few minutes as well. So just lying down, and you should find now from that practice that your Shavasana is a lovely blend of yin-yang. So you've got really lots of yin going on, lots of support from the ground. But you can really go into your body and feel your breath there. And let's spend these few minutes in your Shavasana. Really the yang aspect is looking for aliveness. So you're looking for that bubbly energy in your body, the pulse of energy, maybe the beat of your heart, heat. You could feel it as a throb, as a tingle, as a wave, and just look in your body, look for the yang aliveness in your body. Look for how alive and healthy and well and awake you are in this inert, relaxed, restful state in the body. Let the breath help you there. Keep looking for your aliveness. That sign of life in your body. just going to come and spend a few minutes in a seated meditation. So just take a moment there, just a little movement in the ankles and wrists, fingers and toes. And then slowly come up, bend the knees, roll to your side, and come up. So, find your seat. Always a good option to have something high to sit on, even if it's just for a couple of minutes, so that you can really engage with your straight spine in this practice. So see the quality of your body now, see how that feels. You should feel a bit more balanced, nourished, a sense of lively energy, but in a very relaxed state. And that's really what we're looking for in our yoga practice, to come to this state more and more often, on and off the mat. So this last few minutes, let's let the yang be a straight spine. So from coming up from the ground, this very straight spine. And then the yin, a sort of a relaxing down through the outer body, like a sort of fabric around a tent pole, softening down. So on the inhale, the inhale is more yang. It tends to be more up, lifting up, sort of waking up, heating up. And then the exhale is more yin. It has a more sort of downward, relaxing quality, getting down into the ground quality to it. So just use the breath in that yin-yang way. So on the inhale, the inhale comes up the body in a strong, lifting, supportive way. And then on the exhale, there's a relaxing in the outer body. So your shoulders, the skin, the outer body relaxes down on the exhale. The inhale, your inner body along your spine, the central channel comes up, is tall and strong and steady, and then exhale, your outer body relaxing down. Following your breath, following that yang and yin in your breath, lifting and lowering, heating and cooling, balancing breath. Inner body lifting up on the inhale, outer body relaxing and softening down on the exhale. Yourself, be present, stay very close. And then just gently bring your hands up to your heart center in Anjalini Mudra, recognizing yourself. And this time you've given yourself in this practice to balance, reset your system. Well done for that. And then gratitude to your inner teacher, gratitude to all the teachers, gratitude to this nourishing practice. Namaste.